guys, and welcome to Queensland Weekender, and welcome Creek to Coast's very own Sammy O'Brien.
Oh, thanks, Coach. How good is this cruise all here?
So good to have us all together for the Winton Way Out West Fest.
So, Sammy, how's the festival been for you so far?
Oh, guys, it has been unreal, and we've had a massive trip out here. By the time we get back to Brizzy, it'll be a 3,000-kilometre round trip.
That's a great adventure. Now, here's what we have in store for you. From big skies to big stars, we take in the best of the West.
You put on a party in the middle of nowhere, people are going to have fun.
As we explore Winton's wild beauty.
Impressive. I definitely did not expect to come down into this.
And another wild song. We've timed our visit for the opening of the incredible Waltzing Matilda Centre and the Winton Way Out West Fest, the biggest and newest music festival in the Outback. So get ready to join us for some far out fun.
That was the best day of my life.
Our trip into the heart of Queensland began at Brizzy's Roma Street station.
Oh, that's us.
Oh, home sweet home.
Queensland Rail, Spirit of the Outback, departs for Longreach twice a week. And it's not long before the stress of the city is left behind.
Your boys.
Oh, legend.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, buddy.
Behind the scenes, Chef Darren has a lot on his plate.
Hey, Darren, it is hectic in here.
Good evening.
Hey,
I
mate.
feel like I'm in one of the MKR kitchens chopping up.
It's all happening.
What's on the menu tonight?
Okay, so we've got a beautiful chicken breast, baked potatoes, carrots, broccoli, and we've got some Kilroy beef here, and some red wine jus.
All meals in the Tucker Box restaurant are included in first class. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Jeez. Doesn't this look unreal?
The guests seem to be very happy with what we do. They like the style of food. They like the idea of coming down and dining. And you see them mixing and mingling with other people and having a good time. It's a good social scene out there, and I think the food's a big part of it.
You're certainly well fed on the train. But my tip is to always leave room for dessert. There's nothing like heading to your sleeper with a full belly and being gently rocked to sleep.
Oh, they've got... Oh man, you need to check out the movie selections on this thing. They're great.
Love a good sleep and a big brekkie to follow. This looks unreal.
After brekkie, you can mingle with the other guests at the Shearer's Rest Lounge.
Turns out there's a few of us heading to Winton, like our new mate Stan, the dairy farmer from Bow Desert.
What made you choose the train?
Oh, well, I've done the drive a few times and I just figured why not have a bit easier, you know, a bit more laid back, a bit more time to relax. It's just great because you can meet plenty of people and you get to know them.
Gold Coasters Liz and Grant are also heading way out west.
Love it. It's nice to do something different. It's great to see the outback and the people. We loved Longreach last time we were there.
This was a bit way of chilling out at the end of the last 2 weeks of hectic times.
Party hard when we get to Winton.
That's exactly right, eh?
Before the party starts, there's a show outside the window to enjoy.
It's just like a big screen TV. There's always something to watch. What a beauty. Check out that scenery.
We're not too far off Longreach, and after yet another tasty meal, we've got time to stretch your legs at Cauldron Station.
How nice is this?
Very nice. It's a beautiful little spot.
Stepping off the train here at Cauldron, you can't help but notice this. This is the famous Tree of Knowledge. It's big, it's impressive, and boy, does it have a story to tell. This was the site of the 1891 shearers' strike. They met underneath the original tree, and their actions led to the birth of the Australian Labor Party.
That same shearer strike was also the inspiration for Banjo Patterson to pen Waltzing Matilda. That's a story we're going to have to venture another 300 odd kilometres to find out in the town of Winton. We'll catch you there after the break.
It's the song that lives in the heart of all Australians.
There once was a jolly swag.
It captures the spirit of life on the land.
Under the shade of a coolabah tree.
The much-loved bush ballad is the nation's unofficial anthem. And if a song could claim a home, this place would be it.
Winton sits about 2 hours northwest of Longreach in outback Queensland. The town has many ties to Waltzing Matilda. It was written by Banjo Patterson while he was holidaying at nearby Dagworth Station in 1895.
As legend has it, the song was first performed at the North Gregory Hotel in the centre of town.
Not doing too bad, eh? All that practice is paying off.
Jeez, you're going great, guy.
Cheers, mate. Oh. That melody inspired Winton to open the first museum in the world dedicated to a song.
The Waltzing Matilda Centre was first opened in 1998 and was a symbol of the community's pride.
But in June 2015, a devastating fire tore through the structure, crumbling the museum and hearts along with it.
Australia's history up in flames.
It's taken 2.5 years of hard work and dedication from the community.
And it's all paid off because from the ashes, a new centre has been reborn. The new centre proudly tells the story of Waltzing Matilda, the town of Winton and the Outback region.
And the new centre is certainly something pretty special, isn't it?
It is indeed. There's nothing like it anywhere else in the world.
Such an iconic song. Everyone knows it. Everyone
They do.
loves
They
it.
were singing it in the wars. They were singing it before you and I were born. So we grew up with it. It's in your blood.
Cam is the centre's manager and one of the proud locals behind the rebuild.
When we first walked in here, we just got so many emotions. I love this little area right here.
The billabong, yes, the modern take of the billabong where the swaggy pinch the sheep, the jumbuck. The ceiling is a stretched membrane and it ripples like the waves of a billabong. So very immersive. You can absolutely get lost in here.
Yeah, you sure can.
You feel a bit like the swaggy's ghost by the end.
You just get so many emotions in one little area. I really teared up over there before and now I'm just amazed. It's just beautiful.
23 million has been spent on the new architectural masterpiece. And with that comes an exhibition space, a gallery, fine eatery and some high-tech additions.
Like the GPS tracked headsets that allow you to interact with the displays.
The rebuilding of the centre really is a reflection of the resilience that the community of Winton do have.
Absolutely. It was only a little bit over 2 years ago that the centre burnt down.
Yep.
And to bring a building of this stature out of the ground in that amount of time is absolutely astounding. We had a lot of knockers, but those that were just didn't understand the Winton people.
Yeah.
They've always been proud, and I think, this shows what's been built here. Absolutely iconic, and I think anything less would just be failure. And Winton people don't accept failure. It's not in their vocabulary, so yeah, definitely. They're just fantastic. It rubs off on you as well. So the positive attitudes, the happiness, everyone here is happy. I've never seen a happier place. It's a great place. Love it.
900 residents call this happy little town home, but that number has exploded to more than 7,000 for Winton's very first Way Out West Fest.
The festival is a celebration of the new Waltzing Matilda Centre and everything that's great about Queensland's outback, including country music.
One of the artists here is an absolute legend and my idol, John Williamson.
I'm not going to lie, John. Stands for little fellas. Cody's always loved your music, and every morning he'd run out, put on the cassette, and play Old Man Emu every day. And I've got to tell you, we're not sick of the song. We love all your music.
Thank you. Well, Old Man Emu is still my biggest hit. It was the first song I ever wrote. I think that's why, part of the reason why I've been successful, that I've just stuck to my guns about writing true songs about our bush.
When it comes to bush ballads, Waltzing Matilda has stood the test of time. And John is well known for his rendition.
Can buy a billabong under the shade of the coolabah
And I've always believed in Waltzing Matilda. I think it proves that you can write a song about our bush, a heartfelt song, and it'll last forever. And that's what Henry Lawson and Banjo wrote about. You know, so he's brought all these ideas and things he's met into one story, but there's a lot of truth in there.
Banjo based his poem on stories of a fire which destroyed the Dagworth shearing shed during the Great Shearers' Strike.
And his ghost may be...
Well, it's obviously been influenced by the fact that that one shearer, probably a shearer who was travelling from one shearing shed to another, and there was a whole lot of conflict between the squatters and the workers and the shearers, and the shed got burnt down. And I think it's a bit like, well, this bloke thought he was going to be dobbed in for it, so he jumped in the thing and drowned. I think Banjo's made that work for him. Subliminally, I don't think they realise what it means deep down. I've tried to work it out.
Australian way of life.
Yeah.
It's a song that celebrates where we've come from. As they say, Australia was built on the sheep's back.
Hey, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Thank you, Banjo.
That was the best day of my life.
Man, I see it. The ball sweat. The poor bugger, he's probably smelling me and ran for the door.
Oh, what a buzz. After the break, more thrills from Winton's Way Out West Fest. It's the people you meet around here, isn't it? Yeah. Come on, we'll go and sort it out.
The billy's on the boil, and we've got bush ballads at brekkie.
I've been working at lightening the load.
With live entertainment from breakfast to well after dinner, it really does prove that they party the best out west.
Welcome to Winton's Way Out West Fest.
Way Out West is 4 days of country, pop, rock and blues. One of the biggest inland music and culture festivals the state has seen. The lineup is huge. We're talking Jess Malwood, John Williamson, Shepherd, US stars Kip Moore and Lee Bryce, and Queensland lads Busby Maru.
I mean, we're Rocky boys, so, you know, we kind of were hooked in the central western region growing up, and that's where we played a lot of our gigs. But there's something special about these little places. People are just, you know, fanging for the music and just have a beer with you, and it works out pretty good.
It's such a diverse range, and the people anywhere around Outback Queensland just love it. Love every bit of it.
This is the most western gig Brizzy band Shepherd has played.
It's our first time here in Winton, and so far it's just been an amazing experience. You know, just this small country town vibe. It's always, the people are so authentic and just heartwarming. It's such a memorable experience for us.
The whole town is in party mode, including the flies.
Mate, I love the hat.
Oh, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks yourself.
That's pretty good, mate. Bit of an adventure.
Yeah, what, do you bloody drink them all yourself?
I had to, mate. Couldn't find any corks, so I had to drink some stubbies, get the stubby lids.
Oh, the sacrifices you got to do. It really is a celebration of the Outback's unique way of life.
Where else do you get cut off on the footpath by a group of camels?
Just wait, mate, you just got to hold up for the camels, please, mate. Okay, I'll let you know when it's clear, clear, hold. Okay, now go.
Country singer Brad Butcher agrees that the festival has a vibe like no other.
It's just good, the community comes together, it involves everyone. I think this festival in particular, is just the sheer size of it and how many people it attracts to town is, I think it's just brilliant for the whole area.
What's one of your personal favourite things about coming out west?
Well, you'd have to say the people. You move to the big smoke and you walk down the street. The first couple of days there, I'd say g'day to someone walking past me, and they dead set
stare.
They were scared. They thought I was going to, what's this weirdo talking to me for? And out here you get that, you can say g'day to anyone and have a yarn, so it's brilliant.
Straighten your bow tie up, mate. She's crooked.
It's a sure bet you'll find some good yarns trackside.
what Outback Festival is worth its salt.
Very nice.
Without a good old-fashioned country race meet.
Are you going to go on the fashion to the field? Yeah.
Sweet bow tie, little dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fashions on the field is always a crowd pleaser.
And you might recognise this mug from the Roma Cup.
I say you got some good moves happening there, mate.
Not as good as Roma, but Roma was pretty good.
Do you wear your favourite boots? That's the question.
No, actually, they fell apart last weekend, so I had to go and buy brand new boots before I come here.
Listen, you say that's a bad thing. I think that's a better thing. You know, new boot, not so stinky when you're drinking out of it.
You just don't worry about that.
It's a great town. I love it.
Everyone's so friendly.
That's it. You know, you find a heap of new Facebook friends. You just meet all these people. It's great. I love it.
And what's this you've got in your hand?
That is my fly swatter.
I was hoping you were going to say fly swatter.
My mother is going to watch this. But, yeah, no, it's a fantastic little device.
Well, everyone's got their own tactic. Like, you know, we've got little leather whips. There's people walking around with fishing lures hanging from their hats, tea bags, corks. Everybody's wearing the fly net, so, you know, it's nice to see everybody's variety and take on how to control the fly situation.
That's it, that's it.
Back in town, the festival's cracking along.
Ready for a show? Yeah! Kids, what are ya? Hey, we're Outback sisters! Let's make some noise, Winton!
These crazy girls call Winton home, but spend a lot of time on the road.
You don't have to go to somewhere, we'll come to you.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that's what we believe in. Just because you live rurally or remotely doesn't mean that you should miss out on seeing a ridiculous performance.
Oh, it's great.
Always
guys.
making sure that everyone doesn't take life too seriously. That's our little motto.
Being homegirls of Winton, you have a house at the end of the street, that's right.
We own a quarter of a house each.
We own halves in half a house.
Yeah, no.
Good investment.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is we're going to build the Outback School of Arts.
And it's to bring the arts to the outback, so the young people, the kids that live in Western Queensland and Northern Territory don't have to travel to cities to learn performing, music, painting, dance, all of that sort of stuff.
They're an inspiring bunch out west, so it's no surprise that this remote country and its characters are at the heart of so many songs.
The festival's named after James Blundell's classic, and this is a man with red dirt in his veins.
You can take the kid out of the bush, but you can never take the country out of the kid. You know, as you drive into this country, you feel your shoulders relax. You literally, it's a physical sensation, and it's just the quality of life that a lot of the planet don't ever get to experience. In a city, you're always sort of avoiding eye contact with people. You look at the sidewalk, and it takes a really long time to actually look up and see out.
Bend the neck back.
That's if that winds up in a song, I'll give you full credit. That's a great way to put it, because that's what you do. You straighten up, you know, and you start to look at the big picture. And you'll do it in 4 days. If you're out here, well, unless you're cross-eyed with a hangover, which is very probable. Uncross those eyes. Bend your neck back, uncross those. This song's writing itself.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, guys.
After the break, we bend our necks and open our eyes to the natural beauty of the outback. After all the fun of the Winton Way Out West Fest, it's time to take it down a notch. This is the rugged, untouched beauty of the Queensland Outback. I reckon if we took a photo in this very spot millions of years ago, it'd be like Jurassic Park.
Tell you what, she still is pretty as a picture.
Isn't it just stunning?
This is the land that time forgot, where an ancient landscape meets an endless horizon. It's not just this spectacular scenery, but also the lovely locals. G'day, Vicky.
How you going?
Good, thank you.
Good to see you again.
You too. Thanks for having us this afternoon.
Hop on board.
Thank you. Vicky Jones runs Red Dirt Tours.
These jump ups are pretty unique in our area, and we actually have quite a number of them right around through town.
Today we have joined her Rangelands Sunset Tour. Rangelands is a working cattle station, 20 minutes from Winton.
So you've got this cap rock here and just slightly softer rock underneath, so it actually starts to wear away underneath, and when it rains it helps it erode away over time. So it's beautiful, isn't it? This is where you start to see that real hourglass effect of the rift.
Vicky's a trained savannah guide, which means she's skilled up on geology.
You can walk across the top of this and not really know it's here. So there's lots of little hidden features right throughout our region. This little area here is called a ship's stern. Can you see why? Looks like a couple of yachts or big boats up out of the water.
Just sitting there?
Yeah. I did have a young lad on tour one day who said it wasn't a ship, it was actually a giant who was buried upside down.
Oh.
When you look at it, it looks like his boots.
There's two boots sitting there. There sure is a lot to love, and you'd get a lot of different reactions from people.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what I love. I love bringing people out here and not just here, but all over the region, and just sharing a little bit of knowledge that I have on the region, and just seeing their reaction when you show them something just spectacular.
Yeah, why do you think people should come out to the Outback in this area?
Just look around. So the natural beauty is just amazing, but also our history, like, you know, from the 1870s, Winton's always been a bit of a go-getting town, so there's lots to learn. You could spend a lifetime out here and still learn.
We've had a magic week in Winton, and I reckon this is the perfect ending.
It's beautiful, those different colours, Vicky.
It is, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
See why you love it out here.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just like something out of a movie, eh?
Cheers, Vic.
Cheers.
If you've never experienced an Outback sunset, what are you waiting for? Queensland Rail's Spirit of the Outback makes the journey to Longreach twice a week.
You can even time your visit with one of the great Outback events held throughout the year. You'll find that It's Live calendar on queensland.com. We'll have all the details on our adventure, plus videos and blogs on the Queensland Weekender website. And for a sneak peek behind the scenes, jump onto our Facebook page.
Each place we go to, we can always say that there's something that we love. But with Winton, we can't do that, because it's not something, it's everything. From the lovely locals in town, to that fantastic scenery, to the clearest stars that you will ever see at night, and that unforgettable sunset.
So do yourself a favour, grab your mates, put on your boots, go get yourself an Akubra and head out west. I hope we've inspired you to come visit. Make sure you catch us on our next adventure in Queensland Weekender. Cheers, mate.